Kylie Vitucci, Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia, and I'm here with you today to show you a brand new kit. As you can see here, it's the beautiful perfectly wrapped kit from the brand new 2016-2017 annual catalogue, which we can't wait until it happens, 1st of June. So one thing to keep in mind, all demonstrators can get this kit right now. They can get that on the pre-order. However, if you're not a demonstrator and you live in Australia and you want this kit and you don't want to wait until June 1st, you can just join and you can add this to your starter kit. So if you have some questions about that, please let me know, but there is a way to get this. However, I do want to give some little tips and tricks of what sort of came up as I was making the kit. Something that I think is really important with kits, I think it's almost a little bit the same as designer series paper. I think we like collecting it more than we actually use it. So I think it would be really great if we make sure that we use them and do them. And I'm hoping all my little tips today will help motivate you to do that and use it more often, because there was a few things that I found a little bit tricky. Stampin' Up has been very, very kind, and they've given this beautiful little sheet here with some pretty pictures, and I'm very visual, so I'm really appreciative of the pictures. But when it came to the instructions, these were the instructions, and this is the point where I get blank face and my eyes started going glossy because I'm really bad at reading. So I'm hoping that by making this video, it will help all those people out there that are looking at a few different ideas on what to do with this kit, and just some little things that I found interesting as well that I'm hoping will help you with yours. So come on in, let's make it together. I'll show you a few things that will really help you. Okay, so thank you so much for jumping in and having a look at what I'd like to show you today, some tips and tricks for this beautiful, perfectly wrapped kit. It really is such a gorgeous kit, and I just had a few little things that I wanted to show you. So with the kit comes this instruction, pictures and information on what to do. And there was a few things here that I just found a little bit challenging, and I thought that it would be good to see it in a visual form. It is, of course, really great having the pictures here and on the back. And there's also a little guide there of what to do with the bag. But I thought of a little idea with the bag that I think is going to help you immensely, because I did find that probably the most challenging. So here's all of them done up. I just absolutely love this flower and the sentiment. So the stamp set that goes with it, hopefully I have it right here as the motorbike goes past my house. There it is. How rude. Doesn't that motorbike know I'm trying to film here? So that's the stamp set. Gorgeous. I really, really love the font. There's funky little accents, and even the little dots. I think they're going to come in really handy for not just this kit. So that's the perfectly wrapped stamp set. So yeah, the flowers, gorgeous. That all comes with it in sheets, and I'll go through each one, which one you'll be using for each box, because yeah, I've got some little tips with that as well. So firstly, I'm going to start with the bag and show you something there that I found quite interesting. And that's firstly getting it all organized and wrapped up. As you can see by my base, I'll move it over, sorry. You can see that it's really crisp, clean, stuck down nicely. My first one did not look like this. And yeah, I learnt from experience. So I thought that I would share with you what I learnt. Now the key thing is knowing that this is going to be the side that's showing, of course. So there's a line at the base here, and you want to fold that over. So that's going to give the base a really nice crisp finish. I didn't do that before I folded. Now, the other thing that you're going to notice here is there's little triangles in place. Those triangles are going to be like the gusseted edge. They're very slight gusseted, but enough to sort of give it an idea, like you can see here. Just a little accent, and it's just a cute little addition. It also helps to guide you as to where to put your handles as well. I made sure that I tried to line up my handles with those little sections, if that helps. So with those sections, you just want to pinch it and just sort of manipulate those little edges there, because it goes all the way down. And then on this side as well. So every triangle. The middle's not too bad, but if you want to give it like just a little pinch, you can as well. This one probably more so, this fold here. That one's going up, but you want this one to come that way, and that's going to help you later. And then again on this side as well. Pinch all that. And same on this side. And I didn't think it would make that much of a difference, but it actually was amazing, the difference that it made. So actually, now that I think about it, these ones here are going to be pinched that way. So if it's easier for you to sort of turn it around, do whatever you need to do to make sure that you get those little fold bits. Is that the one? Yes, that's one there. Okay, so that should help us and guide us in what we need to get done. Another little triangle there. Yep, I think that's got everything. So then what I did was I laid it down, and what you're going to be doing is attaching this to this here. And you can see, sorry, I'm a little bit off camera. There we go. You can see that there's a little edge there. That's where I lined it up just at the base there, and then pretty much tried to match it, but no stress if you're a little bit out. So you might actually find another easier way, like maybe coming around this way or something. But anyway, I just found it easier just lifting up and then matching that there and trying to get as close as I can to that tape. There we go. So that's your little cylinder section. And then these are the little gusseted. So you can see, because we've folded it, it's just made it so much easier. If you just need to fold a little bit more, you can. It's decided to have a little hissy fit, but that's okay. We'll let it. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm going to teach myself again. I've forgotten already how to do it. It's always the way. But as you can see, it's quite a fiddly. And if you didn't know what you were doing, you could easily get lost here. So we'll just leave that side for now, and I'm sure it will take shape when I do the other edge. We'll see if that happens over here. Ah, yes, here we go. So this one's taking better shape. So can you see what's happening there? Very exciting. So I just got to do this on this side. So I must have folded this outwards instead of inwards. So that will take shape there. And again on this side as well. Oh, and that one probably needs to have a little fold. That's probably, yeah, that's what it is. Okay, so then when you get to this point, you're going to notice that you have the two flaps here and the base as well. So my little tip for you, because I was having all sorts of trouble trying to get everything stuck down without having anything to sort of push up against. So I took that tape off, and I was a little bit confused at this point. I was like, oh, what do I do here? Do they go on top of each other? but it actually works out better if you fold this down and then you fold this on top, and you can come underneath and just attach those. So just the two lids, okay? So that's all I did. The other section isn't attached. What I did, and this is the epiphany moment, is turn it around and then just sort of push in there up against my hand. Ta-da! And that just gave it so much of a better finish. It was less fiddly and a lot easier. So it looks really neat too. You should see my first one. It looks so bad. So I'm hoping that helps you. So just attach to that and then come inside and attach. And then with the handles, again, like I said before, just try and line them up with these edges. I'd love to hear your feedback with the handles, because I have attached mine, but I'm finding that the tape, the brown tape, it actually is pulling away. So if you have another idea of what we can do, I thought maybe putting tear and tape first or something like that, because I thought I want something sturdy in here. So I know that someone will come up with some ideas. I tried to think of different things, but I couldn't think of anything in time to test for this video. So we can just do trial and error with that one for now. But it is something to keep in mind with the handles. So don't get frustrated if it happens to you. And then the other cute little thing are these gorgeous little flags and embellishments. I love these gold dots. It will tell you in the paperwork, and yes, you will need to read just the measurements of the string, because there's two different sizes. But all I did was measure it once, and then I just used the twine like copied against it, so that then I'm not measuring it every time. So I'm just measuring it those 2 times. With your flags, they're very cute. They're actually stickers that you pull off. So that's them there, and then they attach to your twine. Now, something random happened with the flags, and it'd be good to see what your feedback is as well. But I think because it's adhesive on adhesive, it decided to actually repel one another. So I came back and all my little flags were all kind of open, and I'm like, what is going on here? So I've come up with a little theory, and I think if you add just a couple of them, I think it should work. But in the kit with the flower, one of the flowers, it has, I'll show you here. It has these little accents here. Oops, there goes my little bag. Has those little accents there. And I actually just popped a couple of those inside the little flag section, just because then it has something to adhere to rather than it being like adhesive on an adhesive. It's like something like, yeah, adhesive on paper. So that's my little tip that I think has helped. It looks good so far, and it was overnight that I did that. So yeah, that will hopefully help. And I just attached one end to the handle, and then the other side I actually decided to glue dot it down. So you will need glue dots for these projects. They do help. These stickers are actually double-sided gold stickers. So they're super easy to put on. You just attached, I found lying my string down and doing one side and then coming back and doing the other was really good, just in your hand, so that you can match it up as well as you can. So, and then just the sentiment and that gorgeous clip, binder clip there. So play with the, don't think you have to do exactly what's on the kit. I think it had a big hooray to you. I just thought I'll do a little gift for you. So that's an idea for the bag. So that's that one. That was probably the trickiest one in my eyes, particularly the bag. But I think, I'm hoping that what I've shown you will make that a lot easier rather than struggling like I did. Now, the second thing that I'll show you, and this is my little suggestion for you, is this gorgeous little box here. So it actually recommended that you don't dress it. You fill it first and then dress it. And that's kind of not really me. I think I'm better off doing the whole kit, and then when I think of someone, sort of filling it up and doing something with it. So I just did an alternative to what they suggested, and the only difference was that instead of sticking my flower down to the box, I just stuck it to the mint macaron strip instead. which meant I could pull this off. And I think it's kind of cool when you receive a gift like this. You want to kind of keep it intact. I think if I was receiving a gift, I'd be really devastated ripping it all to shreds. Something so cute. So being able to pull it off, just keep in mind that when you're putting it back on, there's actually a better side than the other. On this side, there's like a little attachment here that it can get stuck to. So just make sure you're coming back on from this side because it's smooth on both sides, and then your little mint macaron strip won't get stuck. So that's that one. Now, other suggestion for you, do not do what I did, which is this. And I thought I was being really clever, and I pulled these strips apart. I was like, wow, they gave me extra. No, they didn't. They are meant to stay together. So don't pull your strips apart. Keep them together and combined and happy. But if you do happen to pull them apart, then I just added like glue dots on each layer and then stuck them together, which was a little annoying. So hopefully this video will save you some trouble and you won't do that. Now with your little flower, you can decide to, with the inside there, I think it's quite good just to use the Big Shot little brush and get all that out. And I actually did use Fast Fuse quite often in this project. So if you have Fast Fuse as well, yeah, I haven't tried this before this camera view, but I think that this is going to be perfect, even because it's actually curling it at the same time. How cool is that? That's worked out perfect. Couldn't have done it better. Anyway, you get the idea. It's like, I want to get them all out now. It's my mission. A few of them were really stuck, so I think the brush is the best way to get those pieces out without sort of ripping your project and damaging it. See this one here, it's sort of quite attached. So just be gentle if it seems like it's a bit attached. And that's cute because it's kind of rounded now. So it's perfectly ready. Now most of you have done bows before, I'm sure, but just in case, my suggestion with this cute little Emerald Envy, I had to think about that. Exciting new in color. But just, you'll see here that it has the leaves. That's for a different project. But this has the bow here. It has 2 pieces for each little bow. That one for the middle. And then the 2 edges. And just like our bow builder, you'll need a bone folder. And you'll just curl these up. So just like you would, I don't know if you ever did the curling of ribbon with scissors, but you just sort of do it on an angle and then just curl those just to give it a nicer round edge. Otherwise, if you go to sort of stick it down, it may even, instead of rounding, it might just squash flat, and we don't want it to squash flat. We want it to have a nice round edge. So you're just going to put a glue dot in between there. So glue dots are really good for this project. And then the same for the other side, glue dot on that side over here, and then another glue dot to attach them like this, and then another glue dot to wrap this around the middle. And with this one again, you would just give it a little bit of a curling just so that that can go round. And then these go underneath all of your project right at the end. Oops, hello, it's flicking at me. So just like so. So it'll stick underneath, and obviously it'll be a full bow, and then you can stick it down on your project. I actually think I did use a glue dot to stick that down, but even if you used Tombow, I think that would be quite secure. And you'll notice that there's baker's twine with the little tag, the tag you stamp with your sentiment. I changed it to the, which one was it? Tangerine Tango. Yeah, it's a really beautiful color. It had black on the tutorial, but I thought it was really cute, even though the accent of black is in the baker's twine. And I just looped it through each bow, and that's how I attached it, and just with a little knot on the side, and I think that looks really cute. So that's my suggestions for that one. I really hope that helps, especially the mint macaron strips. Do not pull apart. Don't do what Kylie did and make a big boo-boo. But I recovered, so it's not the end of the world. Now, this one here, I absolutely adore this box. Oh my goodness. This one is like definitely my favorite. So these layers are super, super easy to do. It looks really effective though. But all you're going to do, and it tells you very simply in the instructions, and it has actually a little diagram in the instructions for this one, which is nice. But you're going to pull those out. Oops, I ripped that. You didn't see that. I did not rip it. I'm just totally going to cover it with a glue dot. You will not see that. It will be at the bottom. So you'll actually notice, and I didn't notice it until I read. I know Bruno will be shocked that I actually read instructions. I'm so bad. I'm like, oh, just work it out. Don't need instructions. So one sheet is going to do one flower, and there's actually two different sizes. There's two large, or well, 4 large ones that are going to make 2 layers, and then there's 2 medium ones as well. And then you're going to need the leaves from the other side, so don't forget the leaves. And then you're also going to need some of these cute little mini flowers, and you're going to need all 4. Like so. And then the middle is really funky and cool, the centerpiece. And it actually recommends in the instructions to use a hot glue gun. I don't know about you, some of you may love hot glue guns, but I hate them. I end up with hot glue everywhere. So I actually just used a glue dot, and he seems pretty secure. Yeah, he's happy. I just used a couple of them. Actually, no, I didn't use a glue dot. I used fast fuse. That's what I used. I just turned over the back of the flower and then put a bit of fast fuse on the base. And it's very happy. And I think that's much better than using a glue gun. So this one I just really tightly, I just squeezed it in and then just kept curling, 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 curling. Nothing special. And then at the end, just zhuzhed it. Is that a word? It is now. Zhuzhing. And yeah, just made that all come out so that it's all looking pretty cool there. And same with your flowers. You'll get your bone folder and just sort of, you know, play with that a bit. And just stick down those, oh, there's that torn one, we'll cover that. Stick those 2 together and have that nice and curled. And then get your next layer, and I just made sure that I did it sort of the opposite side, so it wasn't sort of the same direction. Then you get your medium ones. Oh, actually, I'm confusing you. We'll remove that. That's a medium one. Then we'll get the 2 medium ones. And again, I just did it in a different direction to what was already there. And then these 4, do the same thing, different direction. And then these 4, or these 2, sorry. And then I just did the same thing, different direction. And it just creates those layers. As you can see here, once you curl them, it just makes such a difference. And I thought you could even stamp on this if you wanted to, or even sponge the edging would look really hot. Yeah, it's different. I think the sponging would actually look amazing. So all of that I just stuck down with glue dots and fast fuse. And yeah, it's come up really nice, the little tag, and that comes with it. And then your gold trimming, you'll get told the measurement to cut it at. And I just stuck that down as well. It had a little bit of extra on both sides, which I thought was really cool. And yeah, and just make sure too, I didn't quite work it out, but the plastic box goes, I kind of couldn't work out what was happening, but it goes the opposite way, if you know what I mean. You want the plastic to be sitting on the top so that you can add the flower. So there you go. There's those tips for that one. Any questions along the way, please ask me. on my video afterwards. I've probably forgotten something or confused you with something. And if I have, I'm very sorry. Now, I feel like, oh yes, there is one more. I was like, I'm sure there's one more. So this one was probably the easiest of all of them. So leave the easiest till last. So I literally just got the banner, stamped that with the Peekaboo Peach, inserted the paper that comes in the kit, and then added the gold. I just stuck that down and then pegged the sentiment. So this one was the easiest of all of them. There was no real tips or tricks to this one. Probably the only thing I noticed was it felt like there was a wrong way and a right way to putting in the paper. So if it's not sitting right, just turn your paper around. But that's going to look really, really cute, filled with some yummy stuff. I've got to work out what I'm going to put in there now. So I really hope that's helped you and given you some ideas. If you have questions, as I said, just sing out and put it underneath in the video. Ta-da! And let me know how you go. So thank you very much for joining me today and for watching all my tips. I really hope that it's motivated you to give this kit a go. And also that if you do get it, to use it. It's a bit like our designer series paper. Hashtag love it, chop it. Now we're going to have like a new hashtag. I'll have to think of one for the kits. Love it, use it. I like that. That's going to be my next one. Hashtag love it, use it. That's for all our kits. Now, remember, as I said at the outset, if you're not a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and you live in Australia, I would love to have you on my team and love to welcome you to the Crazy Crafters. And you can also get this kit at the same time, plus so many other things. Plus you get 20% off the new catalogue. Amazing, amazing things ahead. So if you have any questions, if you would like to join, if you'd like to place an order with me, there's a lot of retired stamp sets and different accessories for sale at the moment. So if you have any questions about any of that, I'd love to help you. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you later on. I'm sure we'll see you again soon. Bye.